Welcome to the Digital Dojo podcast right here at In Life Ranch. We are now on episode 5. I made it after my surgery, which is good, so we're back in full action and working order. Based here each month at the Sustainable In Life Ranch with me, David Whitehouse, your presenter.
I almost came in too soon there. And me, Cooper. We may not always be formal, but we're always real, authentic, and adhere to the Bushido Samurai Code.
Righteousness, loyalty, honour, respect, honesty, courage, and consistency. There we go. So let's kick it off. And we've got a special guest with us today, which we'll come on to in a moment. The usual flow, we'd normally start off with digital marketing news, what's going on in the arena. This month, rather than having a deep dive topic, we've got a wonderful guest, and then we'll finish off with Tool of the Month. So, quick intro to our guest. We've got Cheryl Turner with us.
Yeah.
And Cheryl is a copywriter, so we're going to be talking about copywriting for web, digital marketing, and all things in between. But let's kick off first with the latest industry news, shall we?
Beep, diddy, beep, beep. It's digital ditties.
So, what's going on in the news? There has been a landmark case in the UK where a consumer has had the first time to opt out of targeted digital ads. Mm-hmm. So normally you can't opt out of targeted digital ads. Do you know what I mean? They pick up your cookies, and if you have accepted cookies, then they know what you've been looking at. And
yeah.
So somebody called Tanya O'Carroll won the right to opt out of targeted online advertising on platforms like Facebook. So this could change like business models of social media and online as a whole. And industries, because apparently if she's won now, you could have that general snowball effect. But Facebook are already in disagreement with it and trying to fight it. So.
Of course they are.
Here we go. That's one little thing that might change the future of digital marketing. Next up, Bill Gates. Remember him?
Yeah.
I do not like him.
What's old Bill done?
Hey?
What's old Bill gone and done now?
Well, he invested in a lot of things in COVID, didn't he? And made a lot of money off the back of that, I think.
Oh.
I think he tried to make some water in Africa once when he invented the PC. But yeah, he's forecasted.
No, sorry, that's what I mean. What's he done now?
Yeah, he's forecasted that advancements in AI will, within the next decade, reduce involvement in fields like medicine and education. Which is kind of stating the obvious anyway. I think a lot of people can forecast that, but Bill Gates has said it, and it's important. But education and medicine, those are quite two big important things, but it's going to happen eventually, isn't it?
I don't want to swallow a pill that's got AI.
No, you won't have AI in the pill.
Oh.
It'll take the jobs of the people who tell you to have the pills.
Oh, right.
So AI will be like, you need this pill.
I see.
And it won't jump in your mouth afterwards.
It's when they want it back later you need to worry.
Yeah. So, in relation to that as well, in recent news, there's a company called Aikido Labs. They've introduced something called Scope AI, which is an AI doctor. It's designed to suggest, diagnose treatments based on patients' symptoms and histories, with human doctors reviewing it before it goes to approval. But yeah, they've developed this first AI doctor now, which I think is what most doctors do anyway. Every time I've been to a doctor's, they just Google it.
Doctors Google, innit?
It is, they go on the computer.
Doctors Google, they've got to Google.
You tell them what's wrong and they go, yeah, it's AIDS, or something, whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? It's just...
It's, yeah.
Yeah, but AI is going to do it now instead. In fact, I trust that more.
You fool.
Yes. Right, have you got a jingle if we've got a guest?
We have. Shining bright, it's our client spotlight.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, Cheryl's not really a client spotlight, it's more of a guest.
Associate.
We're spotlighting our...
friend who does copywriting.
Okay.
You've both been my clients. And I will be your
I'll
client
change
soon.
it.
Okay.
Shining bright, it's our friend's spotlight.
Yeah!
That works, boom.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Cheryl Turner from Wordy, copywriter. So Cheryl, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah. I do words for websites, for blogs, for newsletters. I'm an Essex girl, and I can assure you that I write a lot better than I talk, so don't let that put you off.
Talk. Sulk.
Yeah, I'm missing EastEnders for this. Yeah, I just love what I do. So going back to when I was a wee slip of a lass at school, I just love writing. Never got on with numbers, which is why I've got a bloody good accountant now. Me and numbers, no. Me and words, love it. Not quite at Susie Dent's level, but you know, he's going. Who's Susie?
No, you're not far off old Suze.
Old Susie.
Who's Susie Dent?
Countdown. Dictionary corner.
Isn't that Carol Vorderman?
No, she's numbers.
She's numbers, and she's like retired 10,000 years ago.
Right.
Yes.
Susie Dent's the one that sits with the dictionary, so she can't be that good with words if she has to have a dictionary.
She's the only person I still
person
follow
that goes,
on Twitter.
yes, that's a word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Susie Dent. But I'm a bit of a, am I allowed to say Nazi? A bit of a grammar Nazi.
Yeah. We'll just snip that bit out and have you go.
I'm a Nazi. I'm a Nazi.
And there's a meme right there. Yeah, I just love creating words. I love to find my clients' tone of voice, putting their personality into their websites and their blogs. Best compliment I've ever had was one of my clients who said, my mum read the blog you wrote me and she thought it was me because it sounded so much like me. And I was like, nailed it.
Brilliant,
So,
that's
yeah.
the idea.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I was just about to say, you've done some blogs for me in the past, and it sounds like I've read it myself. It's
Yeah.
brilliant, really.
I love the review you left me recently on Google where you said, if this review wasn't for her, I'd be asking Cheryl to write it.
Very good.
Typical Cope, yeah.
Brilliant. Cooper likes inventing words as well. It's just not, they don't always exist in the dictionary.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, do you remember
You do. Words can be invented.
that episode of Blackadder? You ever watched that one where the meeting, what's his name who wrote the dictionary?
Aardvark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnson.
Yeah, that's it. Meeting Samuel Johnson, who's wrote the dictionary. And he goes, yes, I finished this compile of every word in the whole English language. And can't remember the main character in Blackadder. He goes, that's very, he says like, heard a fanchery of you. And he goes, what? And he just starts coming up with new words.
I like it earlier in that episode when he says, how's it coming on then? How's it coming on, Dr. Johnson? And he says, yeah, made a good start. What comes after aardvark? And it's the only word that starts with double A, I think. It's just
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I just love words.
I know another
Make
word that
them
begins with double A.
Or AA batteries.
Okay, triple A's in that.
Oh, yeah. So what got you into copywriting to begin with? Like, how did you fall into it, or did you choose it?
Started working for myself in 2012. I still have those, how the hell am I doing this, running a limited company moments now. But I started concentrating in the early part of business on social media. And then during lockdown, there was so much garbage on social media. I would say something stronger, but you laid it out.
Yeah.
And
I think just during lockdown, there still is.
I just made a point of detaching myself from all the Burntwood mums and spotted Burntwood and spotted groups.
Yeah, the local groups.
Just mess with your head. Seriously had to rethink, because the night that Boris made that now infamous speech of telling us all to stay at home, I lost 3 clients by the time I went to bed that night because they had to close their businesses.
Yeah.
Their businesses were in the nature of, public people, so they had to shut. So luckily I wasn't a limited company at the time, and all the money that I was entitled to from the then Chancellor Mr Rishi, the self-employed grant things, I wasn't going out anywhere because we weren't allowed to, so I just reinvested it in myself and did some diplomas in copywriting. And I've always had this bit of a chip on my shoulder because I didn't go to uni. So
yeah, but you say that, but because you are probably the person I know that does the most training. I mean, you do an advanced writing course, like weekly, like writing books or something like that, don't you? Or
creative
writing, that's it.
Yeah, I write for a living, and when I'm not writing for a living, I write for a hobby as well.
Yeah,
so.
and you always, every time I see you, I've been on this training. So I imagine there's a lot of copywriters out there, and you see, like on TikTok or whatever, now going, oh, why don't you be a copywriter or whatever? And then they go, oh yeah, and they just start writing words. But you've actually invested time, thought, effort, and
passion,
storytelling,
behind it. Storytelling, yeah. But that was the worst thing I ever did when I started to use TikTok. I searched the little TikTok algorithm for copywriting just to see what my peers were putting out there. And it was full of like American college undergrads going, oh yeah, copywriting, it's a really easy side hustle and you can earn like 6 figures a month. Well, unless you're in like Italian lira, no, you can't.
Yeah.
So, it's most of them, I think, were writing fake reviews on Amazon.
Yeah.
And, doing it through the back door.
So I
and
think
that's not copywriting.
My next question was going to be, what's like the biggest misconception people have about copywriting? So would you say that
It's
is
easy.
it? Oh, it's easy.
Yeah, they say, why do you charge X amount? I could write that myself.
Go on then.
Yeah, please do. And I'll look at your website later and laugh my socks off. A lot more goes into it than I don't just like wake up in the morning and go, today I'm going to create a website about EV charging cars and do it. There's a lot of research goes into it.
Yeah.
I always ask my clients who their competitors are. So a lot of us in business don't do competitor analysis. We don't look at what our peers are doing.
Yeah.
Whereas I do take the time to look at, I'll say to somebody in an initial meeting, if I'm doing a website for them, what do you want to aspire to? Who is when I grow up, I want to be like them.
Yeah.
And then I go away and look at that website. Who don't you want to be? Who's doing a really crap job? And I will look at them and we'll try and,
And we do similar when we're doing a website design. We always say, what websites that you like the look of? But it's not to copy, but for inspiration. So you get an idea. Do you want it more formal? Do you want it more fun? Do you want it more clinical? How they, and what they like tends to reflect how they want their business.
I think, obviously, because it's your bread and butter, but websites and how they are found now has moved on. So I remember going back to the old days of one-page brochure websites.
Yeah.
If you look for a window cleaner in Cannock, you'd get the same page, and it'd have all the tags at the bottom: window cleaner, Tamworth, Cannock, Stafford, and it was just like cheap and nasty. But I think now SEO has moved on, and as a copywriter, I have to keep on top of that as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So putting blogs on websites, for example, so you're an advocate for new content going on regularly.
Yeah.
To keep Google happy, Dr. Google. And it's finding the client's tone of voice.
Yeah.
And so often, they'll think, well, how do you know my business? And that is purely down to research.
Yeah. And I think that's why we would always recommend you for copywriting as well, because the useful thing for us is that SEO and understand how the SEO side of things works, because there's that fine balance now between writing for Google. Like you say, you could have an essay of text and be the top page, but an actual human comes onto it, it's going to put them off. So, how do you find that balance of writing for the robot and writing for humans?
I think, when I first started out with the social media stuff back in 2012, a lot of websites were still using keyword stuffing, but I think Google's got wise to that now.
Yeah.
So it's what you put in your headings, it's what you put in your meta descriptions, and it's not just saying, I'm a window cleaner in Cannock and I clean windows in Cannock, and because Google will just go, job. So it's having that knowledge and the balance to, working with the web developer as well to say what keywords are you recommending to your client and what are you going to be putting in the back end in the SEO that I can put into the front end.
Brilliant. So when I first started in web design, one of my first jobs I worked for Phones for Years web designer. We did a lot of their SEO as well at the time. And back then, this would have been like 2006 maybe, around then. So we'd literally get to the bottom of the page, and at the bottom of the page there'd be a big white space. In that white space was a load of text, just stuffed keywords that were made, the text was made white on a white background. So it wasn't even readable by a human. But Google could read it, but then Google picked up on that and they realised that people were doing that, and then if you did that, if it would detect if there was white text on a white background. So if you have anything like that now, even on your website by accident, Google thinks you're doing it on purpose to get around its algorithm.
It is frightening how clever it is, but I think in some respects it's for the good of the consumer.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, it is.
Rather than having a brochure website that's static and stuffed full of
it's about trust rank now as well, and how much Google trusts your website.
Yeah.
So like the copy and the content is, I always call it topping up your Google juice, so it's a little plug. So like at Tesco's,
Scales.
every little helps.
Yeah.
So like some things are a little drop of Google juice, but it all helps. So all these little things help. And some of the bigger chunks, pores of Google juice are your content. Like how long your website's been up and running, how trusted it is, and all. But when you put all these together, it tops it up.
And do backlinks still come into that as well?
Yeah, so backlinks, they do and they don't. So that used to be, again, years ago, you had more links you had coming to your website, the better. Then Google overnight changed it with an algorithm called Penguin, which then said, well, only quality backlinks now. So all these people for years have been paying for backlinks, and we never recommended it at that time because we knew it would happen, because Google would manually store it at the time. They'd knock it off. They switched it off overnight. And then we had companies coming to us and we had to disavow backlinks, which is something you do in Google. Say, there's a backlink coming to me. I haven't told it to come there.
Oh, okay.
And we were doing it at a time for a furniture company that had links from Latvian porn websites. But now, you can, if you buy quality backlinks, so it's about the trust coming into your website. So you get a link from the BBC, that's a really trusted website. Google's going, well, they're trusted, they're pointing to you, you must be trusted. So you look at, you can get a trust score of other websites. If you can get backlinks from sites that have got an equal or higher trust rank to you, it pulls you up, essentially. And linking the word. So not just going, here's www.wordybirds.co.uk. It's
the text.
Copywriter. And linking that word to a page about copywriting.
Right.
That's massive help.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
I've learned something there.
So the big question, the scary question, you knew it was coming. AI has changed copywriting.
It has.
A lot of people are doing it themselves now, trying to do it themselves. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, David, where do we begin? How long have we got? I'll be quite transparent. I use AI, but I use it for research. It saves me hours and hours of research. But on the flip side of that, check your facts. Don't rely on it. Yeah. We had that discussion the other day, didn't we, about the Norwegian guy. On BBC News, there was a story about a Norwegian guy who is suing, I don't know if it's OpenAI or data protection people, but he asked ChatGPT, who am I? And it gave a kickback report that he was famous in Norway for murdering his 2 children and he'd be put in jail, and none of it was true. Yeah. Which was like
Is it a child murderer when he asked for his name? Yeah. My theory on that was, though, that the AI was using quantum computing and it was pulling out information from an alternate universe where he did do that. So I say lock him up. Because it could happen.
Should we ask ChatGPT what I'm famous for?
Yeah.
See what I've done.
I did try it because I'm not a public figure, and it just said we cannot find anything on Cheryl, Pamela Turner.
What did they ask about the Norwegian? He said
who is, but he's got a really weird name, like Hurdy John.
Hurdy-gurdy Woody.
Yeah. Yeah. That's who's James Cooper in Cannock or Burwood or whatever. In Staffordshire.
Yeah.
You are James Cooper, 6'5", husband to Maria Cooper, the tall Estonian beauty.
Your AI already knows about you, though you've taught it so much about you.
Okay.
What did you say? The Estonian beauty?
Right, I have not told my ChatGPT that Maria is a tall Estonian beauty.
But she is.
She is?
You must have at some point. Or it's been looking through your camera.
That's scary because I've not told it that. So I've told it my height and stuff.
There you go, kids. Ask ChatGPT who
Director of JCFX Media, Staffordshire's finest for videography, photography, animation and drone wizardry. Proud Pepsi Max cherry fan. And if I may...
Is because you've taught AI so much about you. We need to go. I need to ask it, James Cooper.
And, if I may add, a man of wit and charm with a suspicious resemblance to Lord Farquaad.
We can't argue with that.
From Shrek.
Yeah, but he's the little guy.
This is like really skinny, isn't he?
He's that little short guy, gets off his horse and drops a mile down.
But just bringing it back.
There you go, don't trust the facts.
No, don't trust facts. But there's also a case, this was sometime last year, of the equivalent of a barrister in... You're all right, Emily.
Sorry, carry on, I'm warm.
Strip off in a minute. A barrister in the States, whatever the equivalent on their bar is over there, and he used ChatGPT to summarise his case. You know, when they have to summarise at the end before the judge goes away and deliberates. And he read the report that ChatGPT had generated, and the case that the thing had summarised, as in the case of blah-de-blah versus blah-de-blah-de-blah, didn't actually exist, and as a result he got struck off. So he's no longer a barrister, or whatever they call them in America at that level.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So you just invented it.
Yeah, but I mean, I do think it's affected my workload, because I think people just think they can put stuff in and get stuff out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a member of Pro Copywriters, and we've done workshops on AI, sort of 8-hour Zoom workshops on AI. Yeah. And using it strategically, I just use it as an office assistant, so it saves me time.
That's how I use it.
Yeah. You use it for research, use it for planning. But as for the writing, you will always need a human element.
And I think, like you say, it's going back to the best compliment you ever had is that Mum's saying,
Mm.
oh, it sounded just like you'd written it. When AI writes it, unless you get to learn all about you, like Cooper does for a long time, but unless you could get it to learn about how you sound and how you write, if you've got a bunch of books or something you'd written in the past to give it how you write, which most people haven't.
No.
so without knowing how you write, it's not going to be able to write like you. Or again, asked a lot of people go in and they'll say, "Oh, write me a blog article on this." What they don't say to AI is, "Okay, I'd really, this tone of voice. I like to target this kind of customer. That's my ideal customer.
Yeah, the audience is.
My tone of voice is normally like this. This is how, and that's the kind of stuff you do. It's personalised. And I think you can very much tell, because we get content sent to us, and I know that when they've used AI, I can tell instantly when people give us copy to use for their website. Because we give them the option, you can write your own copy, or we've got a copywriter. We can assign you to. And more recently now, in fact, I should start telling them, really, shouldn't I? I should start saying to get you more work. I can tell AI's written that and so will everybody else, but one word I see a lot is top-notch. We are top-notch.
Yes.
Or it's a top-notch, AI loves
Deep
that
dive.
word.
It's
Yeah.
like a journey.
Yeah.
Discovery journey.
Yeah.
Adventure. All these like.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So I think it will get, and Google has got AI checking algorithms now, so it'll check if
I
your
never
copy is written
understand
by AI.
how it knows.
But half the
They
time,
do.
Google. But it's like that old backlink thing I was saying about. It wasn't always great, so people got away with it. At the moment, it's like that. Google half the time, 50% it'll say no, this is not written by AI, and it has, and 50% of the time it'll get it right.
Yeah.
But it's only going to get better. And when it does get better, people are going to be in the same situation as they were with the old backlinking thing. They've collected a load of content that's full of AI that Google now goes, well, that's all written by AI.
But I don't know how it knows,
It's clever.
because it's just, I don't want to say
But
it's just
the funny
words.
thing is,
but
though, on LinkedIn, because for some reason I get job alerts for copywriting roles on LinkedIn, and there are jobs out there that are put out there by the AI companies that want copywriters to train the AI how to write. Hang on, I'm putting myself out of a job if I do that. That ain't going to happen. But it is copywriters and professional writers training the AI how to do tone of voice.
And I think it's very similar to, relating it to myself, is when people build themselves a Wix website. They'll go on and I'll do self-build my own website, and then they get so far down the line and realise that she's not getting found on Google, and I don't own the content, and it's costing. They're putting the price up month to month, and actually I can't actually do anything with it, upgrade it, or do anything. But people get to that point, and I think it's going to be. It's still very new, but I think it is at the moment, and will be more so getting very similar to that. People will probably have a go first, and then especially when Google start flagging up and they're getting dropped down. Or when people are just obviously knowing that it's not personal. The ones that are personal are going to stand out more.
Yeah.
The ones that are written, dedicated, thought, effort put into it. Between this, we are top-notch window cleaners. To we've been going 20 years. We're based just down the road for you. We love working. Those are going to differentiate in clients' minds, and I feel like we're almost on the tipping point of when we're going to get to that, which is why we always recommend.
I'm a top-notch videographer.
Yeah.
But you are, James, you are.
Mind if I eat my peaches?
Why have you got peaches?
Because I haven't had any dinner.
Whenever you just have dinner.
Oh, like a
Sorry.
Boy Scout.
You always come out with cheese, peaches, something. And whenever the other week when you didn't have dinner in the office, you had a watermelon. And when I don't have dinner, I'll go to the co-op and get a sandwich. I get a tin of bleeding peaches.
Oh no.
Oh no, his tin opener's broken. Now what are you going to do?
My can opener's broke.
It's a can't opener. You're going to have to go hungry.
I'll be a real caveman and just eat the tin.
Anyway, a short interlude while Cooper fixes his can't opener and tries to eat his peaches. Where was we? I think we've wrapped up AI, haven't we?
Leave him do it.
Yeah, just leave him to it.
This is only going to be one more.
He's in.
Yeah, I just think you're always going to need the human element. I find AI is really helpful, so I'm still doing a wee bit of social media.
Yeah.
I'm not a hungry hippo anymore, but at my discretion.
Yeah.
And some days, your clients you've been working with for a long time, you can just think, what can I talk about today? So you ask AI, and it'll just give you a list of suggested topics for you to go away and.
What's in the news at the moment about this? Without you having to Google it, you could say, "Give me the top things that are in the news at the moment about this subject, or relevant to this," and you haven't got to go and Google and piece it together. Yeah. So it cuts down that time, doesn't it?
And there's a really good website as well if you want news in your industry. And it's actually a client that put me onto this one. It's News Now. I don't know if it's .com or .co.uk.
Yeah.
But you see across the top, it's got all shut up. It's got all the different sectors. And you can find
newsnow.co.uk.
I think it's .co.uk.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cooper, research that while you're eating your peaches.
Do what, sorry?
Newsnow.co.uk.
Yeah.
It might be .com. I'm not sure.
What am I looking to see what it does?
I was literally. Never listens.
I was eating my peaches. I'm so sorry.
Let's just do it for the eye candy, isn't it?
Newsnow.
It should give you news in your industry about top news in your industry.
Yeah, so if you put in, UK business or whatever.
So let's move on while he's doing that.
Okay.
So there's a lot of noise online, digital marketing noise, and with web, we have to try and get through that noise. How do you make yourself stick out, or make the copy stick out, or your social post stick out? Amongst all the that's going on.
That's a really hard question. You said you'd be gentle with me. I'm really, really putting an effort into my own socials at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm just about to launch my first newsletter.
Yes, I've signed up.
Yes, thank you very much. It's just been, I do a lot of networking. A lot of copywriters are introverts, and when you say to them networking, they go, no. But I love networking.
Yeah.
Just being memorable for the right reasons. So you cut yourself.
Yeah, it stings.
Oh, don't.
It actually stings.
I had a tattoo today and I'm not whinging.
Got some peach juice on it.
That's what's got it.
Man up, for goodness sake.
So,
in October I'm going to a 2-day copywriters convention-y thing up in Manchester.
Brilliant.
And I've actually volunteered to be a meter and greeter.
Oh,
because
awesome.
the amount of networking I do. Because I know that there's going to be like 200 odd people that go, I want to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Whereas I have to go, hi, let's talk, welcome to Manchester, is your name Liam? And just have a good laugh.
Brilliant. So I think it's sort of putting the human element into it, not hiding behind the screen.
Yeah. I mean, I've started to put my stories on my socials. Whether people agree that it should be on LinkedIn or not, I don't really care. I'm storytelling.
Yes.
I'm practicing what I preach. But I've got lots of tales to tell.
Well, LinkedIn, I think, has migrated, hasn't it? LinkedIn used to be very much professional, and I love the fact now that we can put anything on there, because I hate LinkedIn. For the longest time, I've hated LinkedIn, because you go on and all you get is messages. Are you hiring?
Yeah.
You got any jobs going? It's a recruitment platform. So I love putting that kind of stuff on it now that shouldn't be on LinkedIn.
I did a post a few weeks ago. I don't know if you saw the post I did. I had a bit of a rant, and I get so cheesed off with people. It's so distracting. People that ask you to connect, and you look at their profile and you go, yeah, okay, I'll connect you. And then literally seconds later, hi, I'm a business coach. I do bloody blah, 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 blah. And it just... So I did a post that said, stop it. It's nasty.
You know it's an AI bot, don't you? You can get AI bots now for LinkedIn that'll do that. They'll just...
But what I do now when I get people that connect to me and then try and sell me their services without taking the trouble to buy me a coffee or a gin and tonic is I just get the URL from that post and just reply with that URL. It takes them to that post. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So stop it. It's nasty. It's unprofessional. Don't do it.
So I'm on News Now.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one?
I ain't got my glasses on. Yeah.
What do I need to do?
Well, if you wanted to find out anything about what job you've been doing today, so enforcement. So put in enforcement in the search, and then if there's any news stories in the UK media about enforcement, it should bring them up. It's like a news aggregator.
So look across all the news sources out there and bring up relative news. So, like our digital ditties we did at the beginning. Mm-hmm. We could use that now to pick up all news sources that are useful. Yeah. But we just tend to see them anyway because we're
anoraks.
Yeah, geeks. Yeah. We always keep an eye on what old Bill Gates is doing.
Mm. Have you ever tried the juicer? Some of that. It's lovely.
Yeah, that's why I'm diabetic.
Or because you drank too much.
Don't spill it on Ash.
Peach juice.
Just too much high sugar stuff as a kid.
No sugar.
Does it say no sugar or no added sugar?
No sugar added.
Yeah. They
So
still
is
get
it in
natural
syrup
sugar.
or
But
juice?
natural sugar.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that'll still send you on a hypo.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's why he's always hypo. Just lives on peaches and sugar.
Oh, bless him.
So, okay. What are your worst copywriter hates?
Oh. I get quite miffed when clients say, well, there's the brief, can I have it by like Thursday? And it's Wednesday afternoon, and you go, no.
Yeah. I think everyone gets that, yeah.
Yeah. And similarly, when you wait ages and ages and ages for something from a client, because you need a starting point.
Yeah.
It's like, you've said before now, people come in, I want a website, but I don't really know what I want on it.
Yeah.
Well, give me some idea.
Yeah.
You know. People that don't quite know what they want, or they want too much. Is it champagne taste, lemonade budget? That kind of, yeah. But and just irregularity. Or can you do me a blog? Or do you want to do one every month? No, just one.
Oh, yeah.
You might as well not bother.
Yeah.
Just get real. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think any digital marketing, whether it's content on a website, whether it's your social media, you need to really hammer it to make an impression, particularly with social media.
And we find that exactly the same with the web, and it's about that sort of client education in sometimes, isn't it? Going back and saying to them, well, this is why you should be not having just one-off blog, or that makes sense. And what about what you see in copy out there that you've read on the web, and what makes you go, ooh?
Bad grammar.
Oh yeah, we forgot you.
Bad grammar.
I know another one of Shez's.
Yeah.
The word
Literally.
Yes. Yeah. I literally died. Well, you obviously didn't, because you're telling me the story.
Yeah.
You literally died with your funeral now, you're oik. Yeah. So,
Oik. Look that one up.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Oik. You know what an oik is.
Must be an Essex term.
It's what pigs say that can't say
No, that's
N.
oink.
Pigs with a lisp.
Oh dear.
Oik.
Sorry, what was the question again?
It was your.
Distracted
What
me
do you
a bit.
hate
Oh,
seeing
I hate.
online?
A really, really common thing, and whoever's watching this, because some idiot's going to watch it, it's...
Yeah. Thanks, idiots, for watching this.
I love you. It's when they've got a company name, so it may say on their website, like, JCFX Media are...
Oh,
no,
yeah.
you're a single
Oik.
entity. JCFX Media is...
Can I put that on your website tomorrow? JCX Media is oik.
But just that pluralising your company, if you're a one-off, it's easily done, because
Yeah.
it is natural to say...
And I always prefer I prefer on websites when you talk about yourself in like the first person rather than the third person. To we do this. 'Cause I feel that's like a bit more welcoming. As in, going on in life and reading in life are. I'd rather say we are. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Use the company name openly, but a lot of companies, again, probably for keyword stuffing, will repeat their company name again and again throughout the copy, and you just go, oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. But yeah, there are days when I want to get my Tipex out and start painting my monitor.
You should you get AI to create an image of you doing that. Actually, yeah.
I say we are.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. See, we are is grammatically correct.
Welcome to JCFX Media.
We is.
We are a Staffordshire-based video production company.
Yes.
Keywords.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you was to say JCFX Media are, that's grammatically wrong.
Really?
And that really grinds my gears in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I never actually thought about that, but yeah.
It's
In life
so common.
that sounds like something I probably would say and maybe have said in the past.
Yeah. No, in life is a digital marketing agency.
In life, I'm running a new podcast.
Well, that makes sense. Not like in life is. I don't know.
No, you're saying that's grammatically incorrect.
But it's still a singular entity, isn't it?
I'm lost.
In life design is
Running a
launching
new
podcast. Or,
Okay, yeah. I'd have got an R there.
yeah.
There we go.
Arr.
Yeah. You got any copywriting questions, James?
I'm
You just here for the peaches.
sick of the peaches, if I'm honest.
Right then.
My hands are a bit sticky now, though.
So, what's your favourite word?
Shenanigans.
Oh, that's a good
One
one.
that I can repeat anyway. I've got lots of naughty ones, but shenanigans. I love shenanigans.
What's your favourite word?
Slippery.
Slippery. Really?
Yeah. Like a peach.
What's your favourite word?
I kind of like. I like words for hootenanny. Hootenanny's a good one.
Hootenanny, yeah.
I had a bit of a hootenanny. And spatula. That's just fun to say. Say it, spatula.
Silicon spatula.
Yeah, silicon spatula. That's a fun word to say, isn't it? Silicon spatula. You know, I was thinking the other day,
Careful.
and but then I started to drown because I can't swim. Did you get it?
Oh dear.
Right, I think anything else to add on copywriting before we move along?
Yeah, get me to do your copywriting. Don't do it yourself.
Yes, and well, tell us about your business and where to look at it.
Okay, so
and so
Wordy
on.
Bird Limited, says so on the t-shirt. www.wordybird.co.uk. You can find me on all the socials as Wordy Bird Shares on Facebook, Instagram. Don't use Twitter anymore because I don't like the Musk fella. And share Wordy Bird Shares Copywriter or Cheryl Turner Copywriter on LinkedIn.
Excellent.
You'll
Check it
find
out.
me. Yeah, you can't miss me.
Wordy Bird is good.
Excuse me, Wordy Bird is bloody brilliant.
No, well, I was highlighting that I didn't say Wordy Bird are
Oh.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's only one of me. You know that.
Wordy Bird is not oik.
But she likes shenanigans.
Yes. Let's move along then, shall we, to wrap it up with our tool of the month.
Here he is.
That's good. Ooh, fancy that. Tool of the month.
Okay, this month's tool of the month is, I'm going to spell this one, it's sparktoro.com, sparktoro.com. And this might be useful for you, Cheers, and I thought this kind of all ties in. I've played with it a little bit, but not as much as I have. It's on my to-do list to play with more. So Spark Toro is an audience research tool that helps you discover where your ideal customers spend time online. So what websites they visit, what podcasts they listen to, social accounts they follow, and even the words, phrases they frequently use themselves. So you can go on there, tell it your ideal customer, and it uses all that stuff that woman is now trying to get targeted ads and so on. To research their sort of avatar, that person's whole persona, and even the words they might use themselves, so you can understand what your customers remit is and how you target.
Slippery shenanigans.
Yeah.
That's
So
because
Cooper's a
people don't do. The people don't do avatars for their ideal customer anymore.
No, and it is the psychology as well.
Yeah.
Like there's so. It amazed me when I first got into the web, the psychology of just daft things of changing the colour, literally changing the colour of a buy now button has an effect, which is beyond me. Like, I still don't understand how it works. I just know it does. Like electricity, I don't know how it works. I just know it does. And it's one of those things that this psychology does actually have an effect.
Food outlets use red because it's meant to trigger hunger.
Yeah. Well, we use red, so that's why he's eating bloody peaches. Yeah, so check out Spark Toro. Quite a cool tool. See what kind of customers you like and similar customers and what they're into. And it gives you then some inspiration on what you can use in your marketing towards them.
Cool.
There you go.
Sounds good.
Yes.
That's tomorrow sorted.
That's it. So don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you get notifications of when we are back out. If you have got any questions about copywriting, please leave them in the comments. We can then discuss with Cheryl and we can leave replies or answers about it. And if you've got any questions in general, any things you'd like to see in upcoming episodes, any topics, deep dive topics or anything you'd like to see, pop them in the comments as well. Let us know because we'd always appreciate the feedback.
Thank you very much for coming along.
Thank you for
You
inviting
haven't
me.
said much this episode.
That's why I've
Still
said,
eating peaches.
Yeah.
I'm wrapping it up now.
He's red hot. He's sitting there in shorts, sweating, eating peaches.
We better show off my shorts, haven't we?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, my hands are so sticky.
Your legs are hairier than my cat.
You want to see my back?
No, I don't.
And
Back
as
me up
I
here. We don't want to see his back.
sorry,
Do you want to wrap it up? Because you're hot.
no, just
He's trying to say the final catchphrase here. He's trying to shut us up. Get out of here.
I'm
wash
actually
your hands.
starting to tingle.
Chez, you're going to need another long story you'd like to tell before we wrap it up.
No, I want me Chinese.
Okay. Right. that is it from episode 5 of the Digital Dojo podcast.
And as I always say, have a great Digital Dojo day.